Hello, everyone. This is Nathan Bridges from Nathan's Nuggets, and today I'm with UCLA football player Shea Pitts. Thank you for joining me today.
Hey, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Anytime, I'll start my first question. How old
So,
are you when you started playing football?
yeah, so I was when I started playing flag football, I want to say I was 9, just running around playing. I've always wanted to play football. As my dad played, my grandpa played. It was just big in my family, and I always loved it. My parents only wanted me to play flag football at first, so I played flag football when I was 9, and I started playing tackle 2 years after that. So I was like 10 or 11. I think I was 11 when I started playing tackle football for the first time, and then that's when I really fell in love with the game.
So you always wanted to play football, like since your dad and grandpa, they played for the Packers, right?
Yeah, so yeah, they play for the Packers, and I would grow up, see their pictures on the wall. I was always playing soccer during the fall, but I was always like, let me play football, let me play football. And then when I was in third grade, I think I was 8 or 9 years old in third grade, and then I started playing flag football, and I was like, oh, I really like this. And 2 years later, when I was in fifth grade, I played tackle for the first time, and that's when I really fell in love with the game. And I was like, okay, this is something I want to do, and I love doing it.
You realized you really wanted to like play it and like take it like far.
Exactly. Yeah, I wanted to play the NFL my whole life, especially when I was younger, and leading more to now to like not let my younger self down. Like, all right, you always had this dream, so you might as well pursue it and give yourself the best opportunity to do that. And so that's what I keep striving for.
Like you're gonna keep striving to like till you get there.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Did you play any other sports?
Yeah, I played my whole life. I was football, baseball, basketball was my thing. And then when I got to like, how old are you? 13?
Yeah.
I was like 13, 14. I was like, all right, basketball. I'm probably not tall enough to play in the NBA. So I was like, all right, gotta limit it. And so I love basketball though. My freshman year of high school, played football, baseball, and basketball. And then around my sophomore, junior year of high school, I just focused on football and only played that. But I recommend you playing. I wish I played more sports as long as I could, because I did not have to just focus on football. I feel like I could have played all the other sports as long as I could have. But I recommend like you play as many sports as you can as possible, because you can do it. I got dudes on my football team now that are on the baseball and football team, so you can play as many sports as you can. A lot of coaches will tell you can only play one sport. Like I don't think that's true. I think you can try to do as much as you can.
But you would recommend to like play more sports because you didn't need to just focus like on football. You could have probably kept playing like basketball and baseball.
Exactly. Yeah, so I'm saying like people are gonna probably tell you, "Oh, you need to focus on one sport." I don't believe in that. I think you can play as many sports as you can. So play as long as you can, many sports as you can. People say at the next level you'll not be able to, and I know people that play literally baseball and football. I know people that run track and play football. So play as many sports as you can. I ended up focusing on one, but it doesn't mean you have to do it like that. You can do whatever you want, really.
Like doesn't John Vaughn's play both?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, I saw him yesterday. I was just talking to him about that because he's playing baseball right now. We're going to spring ball, but he's just playing baseball. So it's like, and then he's gonna come back for the summer and play football. So it's definitely possible, and there's ways to do it. And I think that's pretty cool.
That is cool. He plays both.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like playing for the Oaks Christian High School football program?
Yeah, Oaks is great. We put out a lot of good players since I've been there. Michael Pittman, he's a Trojan, but good friend of mine. He's a good player. Matt Corral, quarterback for Ole Miss right now. He's a really great player. Micah Pittman, receiver for Oregon, good player. Zach Charbonnet, who actually just committed here. Shout out to Zach. He went to Michigan, and now he just transferred to UCLA.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I was telling him, no, you gotta make sure you come here. And then he ended up doing it. Bo Calvert, good player. Like we've had a lot of good players that we put out. So just being around a lot of good players in high school really made it easier to transition to the next level, because you could like coming from a bigger school, like we played big time football teams. Southern California, one of the best. Well, our not Miramonte, but Division One, Southern California, Southern Section football is some of the best football in the country. So you play against the best competition there, then you really get a good taste of what it's like to play at the next level. So that helped me a lot play, and then that helped me mature and be able to play at the next level. Especially the guys I've been around. Just we had what I think. Okay, out of our whole team, I think maybe 9 or 10 guys would go D1 each year. So you're just around a lot of good players, and it just helps you out.
That's crazy. It's like you already get the experience of playing against guys who you'll be playing against in college, since like a lot of them you named like they're in the Pac-12 that you're playing against now.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's a good point. And the guys you play against too, like we play against Bosco, you play against like teams like Mater Dei, like those are the same dudes. I was talking to one of the kids on my team, one of the kids on the safeties on my team was from Mater Dei. He was telling me that when they played Bosco, Mater Dei versus Bosco, there was like, I don't know, there's something crazy, like 30 kids on that team had Division I scholarships. And there's only 22 kids on the field that won for both teams. So that means backups all had Division I scholarships. And that just shows you how much talent there is in Southern California. Like you're in a position, you playing against the best ball, you got the best exposure. So when you go to the next level, the talent level is nothing really different. I mean, everything, the game's moving faster, of course, but the talent-wise, it's the same thing as it was when you were in high school.
That's crazy. Yeah, like in that St. John Bosco Mater Day game, they always have D1 guys like their quarterbacks. Like last year, their quarterbacks were both 5 stars, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got. I think it was DJ and Bryce Young. One went to Alabama, one went to Clemson. So those are two best teams. Well, now is in Ohio State. You can argue and all that, but those are some of the two best teams in the college football. So Southern California is a pocket of talent. And there's arguments that Florida's the best. I think Southern California is the best football. So that's why you playing in there, like you getting the best exposure you can possibly get. You playing with the best dudes, and that definitely helped me in playing at Oaks going to the next level too.
It's like one of the best exposure for you with the college recruiters.
Exactly.
What was your most memorable high school football game and why?
Shoot, that's a lot. I think I would say my sophomore year, I was on varsity my sophomore year, and I was a backup safety because, like I said, we had a bunch of dudes in front of me, like all big time players, like Alex Bachman. He's playing in the NFL now. Like all these dudes that we had, Michael Pittman. Like we had a lot of dudes, and I was a young kid, so I was just the backup safety. But then one of the games, the starting safety was against Thousand Oaks. It was one of the starting safeties. He was sick. And he went out sick the day of the game, I think it was. Yeah. And I found out I was starting as a sophomore in my first start, like the day of the game against Thousand Oaks, which was they were a local school, but they were undefeated and they had a really big student section. And I find out like in the middle of class, like the day of the game that I'm starting, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty scary for me. But I was excited. I had a really good game. I remember the one I like had I think I don't know what the stats were. I had a lot of tackles, had a sack or two. I had a good game. So that was one of the most fun games I had. There was one play though. Michael Pittman was at safety. He was the other safety opposite side of me. He hit the quarterback. Ball bounced in the air. I'm about to recover it and I drop it. I turn around, get the fumble. But then Michael was like always making fun of me. He's like, bro, that could have been a touchdown. Like, that would have been your first call. That would have been your first touchdown. And so that was annoying, but that was a memorable. Every time I see him, like after the SC game last year when we played him, he went up to me. He was like, "I'm still mad at you for that fumble." Oh my god! So like that was pretty funny. Like, I regret not recovering that fumble for a touchdown, but I had a good game that game, and that was by far. We got the win too, beat them by like 2 touchdowns, knocked off an undefeated team, and that was a fun game. That was definitely, I think, my most fun game of my high school career.
That's crazy that you found out you're starting like in your sophomore. You found out that day.
I was young. I was young. I was 15. Yeah, 15 years old. Everyone was like 17, 18. I was like, dang, I don't know if I'm ready. But then just believed in the system and had a really good coach around me too. Clay Matthews, who played for the Packers, his dad was actually my defensive coach. And so
really?
he got me going really well. Like he really was able to prepare me. He helped shape me out a lot. He taught me a lot of things about football. And to this day, I contact him a little bit, and he helps me out a lot. So I was prepared. I was ready to go.
Oh, that's cool. So Michael Pittman was a safety at that time?
Yeah, he was playing safety and receiver. We had a lot of like Kobe Parkinson was a tight end, but he plays tight end for the Seahawks now, but he was playing D end for us too. So we had everyone kind of play both ways. I honestly thought Michael was more of a safety. I thought he was going to go to college football and then NFL as a safety because he was really good at safety too. But then he just did what he did at receiver. So it was like, this guy can play anyway. He could probably play safety in the NFL too. He's just all around athlete.
So he can play both ways?
I think he could, yeah. I really do. He's a beast.
Growing up, having your dad play for the Packers and UCLA, did that motivate you to be a great athlete too?
No, yeah, for sure, dude. I always wanted to go to UCLA. Like as a kid, grew up watching all the UCLA games, and I was like, all right, I need to make sure I go there and have an impact and help us win games. I did the gauntlet's the first part right, but now I just need to do the second part and like help us win games and actually beat teams. Like we can't lose the games that we did this year. I want to beat SC down and make sure we take care of them. Beat Oregon, beat Colorado, beat Stanford. Like I just want to now be the guy that's helping us win games and doing that. But I definitely would see my dad's stuff all over the wall growing up as a kid. And I see he has 2 Rose Bowl rings. And so I'm like, all right, I need to accomplish that. That's what I need to do when I get there. So it's not too late to do it. Got 2 years left to make it happen. So I'm going to do everything I can to accomplish the goals that I seen growing up and see what my dad do, see the pictures and stuff, just try to be something like that.
So you want to take like the next step forward to the goal, like how to beat all
Exactly.
those teams.
Yeah, exactly. Just not be happy to be there, but now like win games. Like I accomplished a lot of stuff I want to do individually, but it doesn't matter about what I want to do individually anymore. It's like what I want to do as a team, and I want to win a lot of games, and I want to be a major contributing factor to helping the team win these games. So like like if I finish a game and I have a lot of tackles, I don't care if we don't win the game anymore. Like that's kind of where I'm shifting my mind at. Like it's like win at all costs, pretty much. So happy to be there. I love the school, love where I'm at, but I'm not happy with the games we've been winning. So that's where I want to really focus on this year and take that to the next level in that aspect.
I get Pac-12 championship.
Exactly. That's what the mentality is like. Pac-12. If it's either we win the Pac-12 championship or the season was a waste. That's how I'm thinking about it moving forward. Like, and that's how a lot of our guys are thinking now. Like we've been through too much heartbreak, but we know we have the talent and we're a good enough team to make it happen. So it's at the end of the day, it's what are we going to do to put forward and to win these games? And I think the biggest thing is just coming together and relying and trusting one another. I think that's what we're about to do this year. So, and we're good. We know we're good enough to win the Pac-12 championship. We just got to put it all together and make it happen.
Because like a lot of the games, they were all close. Like they're always close.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what makes it want it that much more, losing like we did last year. So I want to do it for personal reasons. Growing up watching UCLA, I want to be a part of a winning program, in a winning team at UCLA, and doing what my dad did, winning those Rose Bowls. So when I look up and I see all his Rose Bowl rings, his Fiesta Bowl, and all that stuff around the house, and just everything that he did, that's motivating me to, okay, now that you're here, same position, same number my dad was wearing, but now what are you going to do to take it to the next level and not just do that, but like be better. So that's what I've been focusing on this year. And then I'm bought in, and the whole team I think is bought in. I'm really excited for what we're about to do.
So like probably take a big step forward this year.
Exactly. This is the year we get over the hump, and I'm very confident in it. I thought it was last year. I came out. It was a preseason interview. I was like, this is the year we make it happen. Wasn't quite there, but I wasn't too off because it was clear that we played different this year than we had in the past 2-3 years. So now we just got to learn how to finish games, and I think we're going to be a really good team.
Definitely, like we said, they're all close.
Exactly.
When did the recruiting process begin for you in high school?
Yeah, so my sophomore year, after my sophomore year on varsity, I was that off season. I got letters from Cal. I got letters from a couple schools, and they started piling a little bit. But then I got hurt my junior year, broke my back, and so that set all my recruiting back. I missed my whole junior year of football. All the schools that were in contact with me stopped being in contact with me, and then they didn't pick up again until senior year. And then I ended up getting the opportunity to come to UCLA at the last second, and so I'm glad that happened. Like literally like 3 days before signing day. So it was a roller coaster. Yeah, I thought I had it all. Broke my back, everything went down. And then senior year, it slowly came back up, and I ended up where I wanted to be. So it was a process, but I'm glad it worked out the way it did.
So it worked out well in the end.
Yeah, ended up exactly where I wanted to be. So I couldn't complain.
What made you choose UCLA out of high school?
Yeah, it was just basically the academic aspect and a chance to play football somewhere. Like, not many schools in the country are going to get an elite education. It's the number one public school in the country. Play Power 5, big-time football. It's the highest level of football you can possibly play in college football. And just the location. Like, you're next to Bel Air, you're next to Brentwood, you're next to Santa Monica, next to Venice. Like, you're in the area where there's Century City. Like, there's so much money and opportunity around you. The connections you make at UCLA, you can plug you for the rest of your life. And like, the weather obviously is a contributing factor. It's nice here. And just my parents went here. So like it was either the only other school that compares to that is USC, and I would never go to SC. So it was pretty much an easy choice to go here, and happy I did. It was one of the best decisions I've made, I'd say.
So it was like the best decision for you. Like it was all around. Like it had everything you needed and everything you
Exactly.
liked.
Exactly. There's nothing else I needed. It was like, what else was I supposed to do? Like it's what I wanted. They had everything. You couldn't say no if you got that opportunity. I feel like you got the golden ticket. I'd be selfish.
What made you decide to redshirt your first season at UCLA?
Yeah, I just wasn't ready to play, honestly. Like, I wasn't big enough. I came in at like 160 pounds. Wasn't caught up with the speed of it. I know it was high, so I was just bragging about how high school prepared me, but it was different. It was completely different at the next level. Like, it helped me a lot, but it was just, I was not ready to play in a game. And like I said, I came in at like 160. I'm like 205, 210 now. I gained a lot of weight. So I didn't think I was physically, but most importantly, I was mentally ready to play my freshman year. And it helps now, so I get the year back. So I would be done with my eligibility. Well, it was the COVID year, but I would be pretty much done with my eligibility if I didn't redshirt. So I'm glad I did. So I get that extra year to come back and do something.
So it helped because like you would be done now with your college career if you with the eligibility at UCLA, but now you still get and you got to have the learning experience that first year without losing eligibility.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it right on. You got it right on the head. That's pretty much what it is. Like when you benefit, you getting used to the school. Like I said, I wasn't very physically, mentally to play my first year. Like I just wasn't. Did not seem ready. Like it was a lot to adjust to.
What was the moment like for you when you made your first college appearance versus Oklahoma?
Yeah, that was real cool. Honestly, that was insane. So I always saw that game on our schedule, and I'm like, all right, this is at Oklahoma. This is a big game. Like this is the game I want to play. This is the game I need to play. And so all summer, it's coming out. This is my redshirt freshman. This is the year after my redshirt year. I worked my butt off. I was trying to do everything I can. Kept working, and then I found out the day before that game. Everything happens to me like close to the game. I found out the day before that game that I was playing in that game, and so like wow, I couldn't sleep the night before. Everything was going crazy. And I lined up to take that first kickoff. I just looked in the crowd. I felt like I was in a video game. Like everything was just red and white all across the stadium. The crowd was going crazy. I'm just like, wow, this is real. Like this is real life. I'm running on the kickoff and I hear like they had like cannons and then this shit like boom, and the whole stage was going crazy. And I was nervous, but it was fun. It was an experience I'll never forget for sure. I loved it, and I was like, I love the Rose Bowl, but playing at other stadiums, like when you a different crowd's energy, that you feed off that, and that's fun stuff. So I like that was a great experience.
It always happens to you the day before.
Yeah, stuff always. I always find out stuff the day before. Like I thought I was playing the day before. Found out in my first high school start, I was playing the day of. So like everything the day before, the day of. It's better to find out things on short term notice though, because sometimes that way you play better and you don't think about it that much.
So it's crazy, like the crowd at Oklahoma.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was so loud. It was so fun though. We took the L. That hurt, but it was a really cool experience, and I loved it. It was awesome. Just first game, 88,000 people there, like going crazy. They were all in red and white. It was like a color. It was like everyone was wearing red section. It was like all stripes throughout the stadium. It's hard to explain, but it was. And they had a cannon that went off in the opening kickoff. So that was
That's
cool.
crazy.
It felt like I was in a video game for real.
I remember watching it on TV and they showed Russell Westbrook was there.
Yeah, Russell. I'd be like, oh yeah, that was crazy. That's a guy I grew up watching when I was a kid. Like I said, huge UCLA sports fan. Loved watching Russell Westbrook. And as I'm running down, like I'm about to get on the field for my first play, I like bump into this guy. I look at him, I'm like, oh, that's Russell Westbrook. I'm like, wow, that's cool. So yeah, no, that was a cool experience all around. I wish the outcome would have been a little better that day, but it was fun. I loved that. I enjoyed it, and we need crowds back in there because that's what makes it the most fun. So hopefully the vaccine gets out to everyone and everyone can come back to games next fall.
The crowds make it fun. It's not like without the real noise.
Exactly, bro. Like that's what makes it what it is. That's what I guess. This is the fake crowd noise. It was weird playing games this year. I didn't like it.
What was it like playing in the USC versus UCLA rivalry game with fans?
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, the most memorable one was the redshirt freshman year when we played. I know obviously played SC. It was at the Rose Bowl. It was 2018. Yeah, that was the first UCLA USC game I played in. It was crazy. Like it was. We didn't have the best records, but Josh Kelly ran for 300 yards. That was my boy. We was turned over that. We had a couple big plays on special teams. Like it was the energy in the stadium was going crazy. Theo Howard had a huge touchdown. I remember first series of the game. Theo Howard had a huge touchdown. And then at the last, Darnay had a big pig. Nate Meadows had a big pig. All these flashbacks are popping up. Rose Bowl was popping. That was a fun day. Like you look up, you just see blue everywhere, and you're playing your rivals, and then you beat your rival. I remember it was a Chris Barnes deflection, last play of the game. I mean, we were storming the field. Coach Kelly had to run and hold us back. We needed the ball out, and then wow! I looked at this. The craziest part was when I knew Josh was having a good game, and I looked at the board. It said he ran for 289 yards, and I'm like, because Josh was one of my best friends, and I look and I'm like, whoa, Joe, you just did that, bro. Like you just did like against the rivals. And he was telling Coach Foster told me that day, he was like, the best players in this game, the best players that go to UCLA have one of the best games against SC. So like, how are you gonna be remembered? And he just took it off from there. We went to the locker room. We were screaming, jumping on each other, going absolutely crazy. It was one of the best games. It was by far, I'd say, my best memory at UCLA playing football right now. But we're gonna get him again next year, and then it'll give me another memory like that. But it was a beautiful day.
I remember watching that game, like how you talked about Joshua Kelly, like that one he had, like it kind of sealed it, like
Oh my
that
gosh, yeah.
touchdown.
Oh, it was crazy. Like I love great memories, bro. Like I literally cannot. I can't stop. Like every time I look back at it, I'm like, wow, that was just a beautiful day, bro. Josh running, it's the game on, everyone running behind him, and they just weren't catching him. And that was to put us up. Like that was that was big time.
And he had like what, 3 touchdowns?
Three touchdowns, then 300 yards basically. Like he got down that day, and then he the next level. So that's what happens. You get down in big games, you get yourself the opportunity to play in the NFL, and that's what Josh did.
I think it's gonna be 3 in 3 years UCLA running backs. There's
Yeah,
Dietrich this year and then Britton next year.
yeah, exactly. We got dudes just coming, and then we got Brittany. We're running with Zach Charbonnet next year. It's gonna be pretty dangerous. We're gonna be a pretty good team.
And Deshaun Merle coming in.
Yeah. New recruit, he can play. We got dudes. I'm excited to see us roll.
Me too. What kind of training have you been doing now that's the off season?
Yeah, I've just really been working on a lot of strength. I feel like I could have been a lot stronger this year. A lot of speed stuff. It's always good to increase your speed. We've been doing just bench press, squats. We have a really good strength and conditioning coach, and he just puts us through a whole circuit of a bunch of stuff, a lot of explosive activity stuff. So that's been good to do. And it's like we just been working hard, and I'm excited to carry it to the next level and so you see how we all get good. But doing a lot of extra stuff. Adarius Pickett, he's a GA. He played here a couple years ago. Been working a lot of man-to-man coverage stuff with him. So just trying to just develop my speed, develop my strength, and develop my coverage skills just for next year to be a breakout year for everyone.
Like you've been working on like strength and everything.
Yeah, just doing a lot of bench, a lot of squats, a lot of explosive lunges, a lot of jumping, just to increase my just explosiveness on all levels.
Then you said that Darius Pickett. I remember him.
Yeah, he played DB here. He was I was there with him for 2 years, I think it was. Yeah, I was there for 2 years with him. And then now he's a GA. He's helping coach out with us. So he helps me work on my technique a lot and does a lot of DB drills with me. So he's helped me take my game to the next level for sure. He's a great coach.
Wait, did he play both ways for UCLA?
He returned punts, but he was just a DB.
All right.
Yeah.
But I remember, I feel like I saw him a lot on the field.
Yeah, he was everywhere. He played both ways in high school. He might have played a little running back here. Actually, no, you're right. I said, damn, you know more about this. He actually played running back his first 2 years, and then he switched to DB when I got there. Boy, he never played offense when I was there, but he did play running back before I got there. So yeah, that's a good. Man, you really know your stuff.
I watched all the games.
I love it, bro. We're gonna give you some wins this year, I promise.
I can't wait for it. I remember watching like the Texas A&M game. That was crazy.
Yeah, I redshirted that year, but that was the first game. I was my first game suiting up as a Bruin, and that couldn't have been a better game, bro. That was insane. I loved it.
That was crazy. Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen, man, I need to get him a shot in an NFL team. I hope he gets it soon.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves. That was crazy though. That was the best start to a career you can possibly imagine. That was a great first game to be a part of.
What are your goals for the team going into this season?
Yeah, it's just win by any means necessary. I don't care if we have to win by a point each game. We win by 100. It doesn't matter. Just find ways to win. Last year we did a lot of things. To be honest, we found a way to lose a lot of games last year, and we hurt us as a team, and we know we can't do that again. So we're all going to grow from that and become stronger and turn all the L's this year. Oregon lost on some stuff, and we shouldn't have lost that game. SC shouldn't have lost that game. Stanford shouldn't have lost that game. So we're just going to take the little things that we did and lost, the reasons why we lost those games, and then we're gonna change it this year. And that's all I care about is win. Like, I want to have my personal stats. Like, I want to have all the tackles in the world, but want to have picks, want to have sack, want to have fumbles. But at the end of the day, if we don't win, none of that means anything to me. So just find ways to win. And it's like I said, it's Pac-12 or bust.
It's like just finding ways to win all the games, like all the teams that came close, like Oregon, USC, Stanford, Colorado.
Yeah, see, like we turned those small losses into wins this year. We're 7-0. We win the Pac-12. There's no reason why we didn't win it last year. So we're gonna make sure we correct all those mistakes. And we have a great coaching staff. We got everyone in our building. We got great people, and I'm really, really confident in what we're gonna do, and we're gonna turn it around as a team.
Like hopefully, you guys will have 12 games this year.
Yeah, we're gonna play all 12. That's another thing. We're gonna play all 12. We only had 6. Yeah, we had 6 games this year. I missed the first 2, and so like I had a short season anyway. So now I get 12 games to play with my boys, and we had a lot of guys with the whole Corona thing, contact tracing that knocked a lot of dudes out. Contact tracing that knocked me out first 2 games. So we figure all that out, and then we get our guys all together for a full season. Like I think we can be really dangerous. I know we can win the Pac-12. I'm calling it now. Remember me saying this.
All right, so here we go. You're calling it.
Note it now, because there's no reason. Honestly, there isn't.
What do you think it'll be like playing against LSU this upcoming season at the Rose Bowl?
Shoot, yeah, I love it. We want to play as many teams as possible. I wish we played them at Death Valley. I mean, like I said, I love the Rose Bowl, but if they're not going to allow us to have fans, and I want to play in front of 80,000 people, I want to play in front of the most people we can. But it's just you get experience in those types of games, and non-conference games, like you want to win it, but those make you better for when you play conference games. At the end of the day, you win the Pac-12 by winning your conference games. We want to win every single game we can. Don't get me wrong, but you need the most important games of the year. Every game is important, but it comes down to winning your conference games. And so you play good teams like LSU, that make you so much better from when you play your conference games. It happened to us 2 years ago. We played Oklahoma at home. Jalen Hurts, that Oklahoma team, CeeDee Lamb, they were good. We played them. I mean, they beat us pretty good, but then we went around the next week. We played Washington State, and we had our big comeback, and we were able to play them well. Those games make you better for those other games.
I remember that Washington State one. That was another crazy comeback. Demetric Felton.
Crazy. I love it. Felton's getting off today, too.
Mm-hmm. I saw he got a touchdown.
Yep. Big Felton. Big-time player. Great dude, too.
And he played receiver first.
Yeah, Felton's story is kind of crazy. He bounced around a little everywhere. He was a slot receiver. Wasn't getting the ball that much. It's kind of just like – and we all knew he was good, but, like, it was kind of your regular guy. And then he got moved to running back. And then his career kind of changed. Like, we all knew it, like, we all seen it, but it was just happy to see it actually happen and come to fruition and it happen in front of our eyes. And then every time he touches the ball, he's probably going to go to the house. Big time player. big time guy. Even better dude. That's what I'm happy for him the most.
He's
Great kid.
definitely gonna get drafted high.
Yeah, for sure. He's about to get. I might need him to take me out to dinner a couple times. He's about to get paid.
What is your major?
My major is political science, and I'm minoring in entrepreneurship and management.
So political science, then you have a minor in entrepreneur.
Management. Yeah, so managing, learning how to run a company, learning how to make your own company, and that's where I've learned a lot in that minor. That's been really cool.
That's cool. So you get to like learn how to like start a company and like run one.
Exactly. Yep. Just gotta know how to make money when football's over, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. Just always have a backup plan. Try to go to the NFL. That's my goal, but not rely on going to the NFL and have a lot of things I can do if that doesn't work out.
It's like don't just rely on that. So that you have something after football.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Who is your favorite football player as a kid?
Shoot, I gotta go. Brian Dawkins. Always looked up to him. I thought he was a beast. Love watching him play. So I've always liked Brian Dawkins. He just brings energy. He knows how to bring the juice and just is a good dude too. Good role model off the field. So I've always liked Brian Dawkins.
He was good for the Eagles.
Yeah, great player.
Do you try to model your game after anyone?
Yeah, Brian Dawkins, I say, is one of them. I always try to bring the energy and hit like him. I like Tyrann Mathieu. I love the way he plays. He brings the energy all the time, too. He makes a lot of tackles. He covers well. So those two guys, Sean Taylor, RIP, I love watching him. Not really watching him, but I've seen his highlights. I studied his tape, and he's been doing really great. He did great things, too. So those three guys right there are guys I like watching. I try to model my game after.
So those three, like you like to watch their like film and stuff, like Brian Dawkins.
Exactly. Tyrann Mathieu, especially because he's playing right now. He's a small dude, just plays with all heart. Everything he does is just hard. So that's inspiring. It shows. Doesn't matter how tall or small you are. If you can play, you can play.
And he has a Super Bowl this next week.
Exactly. So that's gonna be fun.
I want the Buccaneers.
Man, I just want to see a good game. I mean, I don't really. It's just I like both teams, but I love the way the Chiefs operate. I think their offense is really cool. But
I just want Tom Brady to get a 7th ring.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be really sick.
Mm-hmm. How would you describe yourself off the field?
Yeah, what I like to do the most is I like using my platform to like help other people. We go out as a UCLA community. We have a lot of outreach events. We go down to South Central inner city areas. Like we help with schools or underprivileged schools, and we donate books, we donate backpacks, and we help do a lot of stuff like that with our outreach events. So that's been something I really like doing, and I like helping people out like that.
It's like to help people out like that don't necessarily have a lot, like, and to help them.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I like to do. And this you play at UCLA, you have a platform, you can reach out to a lot of kids and you can expand, you can help a lot of kids out. And I really like doing that and just like inspiring and teaching kids like what's important at school. Because football can go away at any moment, but what you get educationally and how you do that, that's going to take you for the rest of your life. So I really like emphasizing that to kids and just making sure they know that.
So that they know like education's important.
Exactly.
What are 3 things you like to do besides football?
I like hiking. I like playing golf. I'm probably going to play golf today, actually. Love playing golf. I like trying new foods. I'm actually very experienced. I don't know if that's a hobby, but I like doing that. I like eating different types of sushi. I just like exploring new things, just not eating the same type of regular food. I like eating I'll eat some different types of seafood. I like let's see. Yeah, I don't know if that's a hobby, but I do like trying new foods, whatever that counts as. I like snowboarding. I like riding dirt bikes too. I haven't done that in a while because I don't want to get hurt because of football, but that is something I do.
See, I like to do a lot of different things. Like you say you're going to golf today. Even?
Yeah, I'm about to probably golf after this.
That's cool.
Only 9 holes because it's getting dark, but I do love golfing.
And the last question I have is for fun. You get to take any 3 NFL players to dinner. They can be past or present. Who are you taking?
Oh, that's a good question. I take Sean Taylor. Let's see. Patrick Mahomes. I feel like he'd be a cool dude. I want to talk to him, see what it's like. And dang, this is hard. There's so many people. There's so many. Let's see. Brian Dawkins seemed like he'd be a little. I don't know. I love Brian Dawkins. I don't know if I want to see someone that would like be funny and like have like be really funny.
Like a Deion Sanders.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a great one. Yep. So Deion Sanders, Sean Taylor, Patrick Mahomes, and Deion Sanders. I feel like it'd be cool to conversate with them. I actually met Deion one time.
Oh, really?
But his son was at a UCLA camp. He was playing quarterback and he was touring the school, and so talked to Deion. He was kind of quiet though.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I'd choose Deion. I think that'd be cool. Or Devin Hester too. I'm a big Devin Hester guy.
So like Devin Hester, Sean Taylor, and Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, yeah, I do those three just to see what's up. I just want to ask Devin Hester like a lot of things about like how'd you score so many touchdowns? Like how'd you take the opening kick off of the Super Bowl back? The stuff like that. I'd be really interested in talking to him.
Like all the experience you can learn.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, definitely. Sean Taylor, just about his game. I would really want to talk to him about how he plays and what he sees and what he can pick up just to help me out and advance my game.
All right. Thank you for joining me today. Those are all the questions I have.
All right, no problem. Thank you for having me, bro. I'll tell you, we're going to get you some wins this year. I promise that.
Thank you. I can't wait to watch the season.
Yes, sir. We'll come through. We got you.
Thank you.